Hey everybody, meteorologist Jeremy Capel with you on this Saturday. Going to just spend just a few minutes here. Wanted to bring people up to speed on some weather moving into the nation's heartland. By the way, this is fall, and we do see severe weather during the fall, which of course is exactly what we're expecting here for the middle of the week. So in this update, going to just take you through the next 2 days ahead. Severe risk primarily for tomorrow night, but that will also extend into Monday as well for portions of the east central United States. So we'll have an update on both of those during this live segment. I appreciate you guys being here. We are going to work the social media just a little bit, try to get the word out that we're on here. Again, this will be a fairly tidy, fairly quick update. Here's a look at the area of interest, and this is by the Storm Prediction Center, of course, showing you that area in the orange. That is the enhanced risk that goes from St. Louis to Fort Smith to just east of Kansas City. Outside of that in the yellow, slight risk of severe weather and a marginal risk in green. Marginal risk goes all the way up to Cincinnati, Ohio, and down to near Dallas, Texas. Here's a look at satellite imagery as I get the word out that we're on here, and I appreciate you all being on here. If you don't mind a quick like and share, as always, it is appreciated. And give me just a moment, we'll get started. This will be about a 5 to 10 minute update, so it's going to be pretty quick. All right, that's out. So we're live on YouTube. I got the link over to our WxLIVE media page as well on Facebook. Now, not going to put this one on the my main Facebook page. People get annoyed sometimes if I have too much weather on that page. I don't know why, you know. Just weather is sanity to me, okay? Maybe it is to you as well. I don't know. Let's see how we're doing. Got just a few people on here. How are we sounding? Jim Perry in the house. Kathy Major. Guys, how's the video? And how's the audio? Let me know how we're doing. And we are off and running. Satellite imagery showing Got a little front parked across the middle of America right now, and that has helped to produce some shower activity, some thunderstorms, actually a few stronger thunderstorms right now across southern portions of Missouri and into northern, far northern Arkansas. Let's take a look at that over. We'll take another radar source here for you real quick. And that's what we're looking at here. There is one severe thunderstorm warning. Very far northern Arkansas. Don't have the name, but that storm is dying. Today's activity is not the show, so it's not that big of a deal. But with that being said, let's go ahead and roll through what we're looking at. So not a lot of active weather out there right now. Here's a look at the surface fronts. You can see we've got fronts kind of lining up across the central U.S. right now. That's where there's a stationary boundary, but low pressure is already developing right there in the Oklahoma panhandle of Texas as well. So this is going to be tonight. That low begins to deepen, draws up moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, and then so you're going to see some general rains and some thunderstorms developing for portions of northeast Kansas and into west central Missouri. Okay, and this will progress overnight. That low begins to make its way into central Kansas by morning tomorrow. Warm front lifts north to northern Missouri across the Ohio River Valley with general rainfall expected there. That reminds me, I've got some shoes drying outside. I need to bring them in. And then tomorrow, it's really late in the day, and it's going to be along the cold front that we actually see some pretty vigorous thunderstorms developing. Again, along that front tomorrow, low pressure lifts into northern Missouri. Warm front also lifts into southern portions of the Great Lakes, and eventually that will bring another round of thunderstorms, maybe some strong ones, into portions of the east central United States. There is a day 2 risk, which I'm going to show you that next. So a few different risk areas that we're looking at. Again, this is the main one for the day tomorrow. Enhanced risk of severe weather located from St. Louis down through Springfield and Fort Smith. If we take a look underneath and actually look at the categories, you can see the threat for hail and tornadoes and all of that stuff. So we'll start you with some wind. Actually, yeah, wind here. Significant threat of wind. Got the 30% hatched area, or I should say 30% in red. That's where they're expecting severe winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. The 5% area actually represents 70 mile per hour destructive winds, at least a chance, and that would be from Springfield to St. Louis late tomorrow. That's going to be during the overnight period tomorrow night. So that's your wind threat. Here's your hail threat. It's similar position. Oftentimes hail comes right before the wind. So that's going to be just a little bit further west, and then tornado threat. And it's not, this is, 10%. It's nothing to sniff at. So a few tornadoes, I think, is a pretty good possibility. So this is for the day tomorrow. And that goes from St. Louis to north of Fort Smith to east of Kansas City, just so you guys know. There's a broad area. Again, this is day tomorrow. So that's day 2. Let's move on into Monday. And then with storms refiring with the heating of the day, anywhere from Smoky Mountains all the way through the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, West Virginia, and into the high plains of western North Carolina, northern North Carolina, and northern Georgia, some of the hills of the Appalachians there, could see severe weather. That is for Monday. All right, let me go ahead and show you. We talked about the satellite imagery, so let's take you back over, take a look at what the jet stream winds are doing, and then we're going to take a look at your model walking you through the timeline for these storms. So let's bring that in. Here we go. Satellite perspective is shown here, and we want to show you this. Jet stream winds at 500 millibar. So we've got a trough of low pressure in place across southeastern Canada. And then you see a lot of jet stream wind energy coming in from the Pacific West Coast. But embedded in there is this area. See if I can highlight that for you. So again, current jet stream winds are what we're looking at. And there's an impulse right here. I'm going to highlight it right there. And that's going to swing into the plains. You introduce these fast-moving winds aloft, okay? So that gets those storms energy, and then low pressure at the surface, and then we have everything that we need again to trigger the possibility of strong to severe thunderstorms. So that's what we're looking at. Satellite imagery across the central Rockies right now. And you can already see that comma head forming where that low pressure is developing, both upper levels and now at the surface as it's developing into the panhandle of Oklahoma, North Texas. And so this is going to move into an area, again, that's going to draw up plenty of moisture over the next 24 hours. It is 5:03, got about 5 minutes left in this update, and I'm going to take you all directly over to models. Appreciate you all being on. And as always, good to see Jim Perry in the house. Jim, how come I haven't made you a moderator on this channel yet? I need to. Obviously, right now is not a problem. Very small crowd, but that's okay. Hopefully we were able to build this weather program up in the future. Thanks for being on. Feel free to like and share. All right, let's talk about where the storms are. Let's talk about where they are going. So did I hit the right button? I sure did. Check that out. All right, so this is tonight. Storms lift north, sub-severe for the most part, into portions of Iowa and northern central Illinois, but it's tomorrow. You see that line? I'm going to loop that through a couple more times here. So this is overnight tonight. Storms lift north through Missouri into Iowa and Illinois. Warm front, generally not severe, but along that cold front, you see there, it's going to plow through the state of Missouri tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. I'm going to show you what that looks like here. A little bit of a different perspective for you. This is the European forecast model. And we're going to show you upper, basically, and this is highlighting the upper storm, and then it also shows you that surface low pressure as it moves from Kansas on into portions of the Ohio River Valley and also the lower Great Lakes. We do have a character that just walked in. Lenny, you want to show off what you've got going on here? Come on in. Come on. We've only got a few people on. No. What's your character's name again? It's Pain. Pain. Why don't you come on over here real quick? Show him the pain.
No, I look too hot.
You look cool, man. You look cool.
I look like a woman.
Well, a little bit. That's true. That's true. All right, buddy. I'll be up there in a moment. Going to wrap this up. So there's the track of the low. Let's go ahead and take a look at precipitation with this, and we'll start over with, again, we are looking at the European forecast model. Just looking at precipitation here. Let me bring in, okay, here we go, 3-hour precipitation. So we'll start right here. This is tonight. Low pressure moves into southwest Kansas. It moves into northeast Kansas by tomorrow afternoon. Most of this will be sub-severe, but then along that cold front, that's where we're expecting that line to really become alive. I'm going to take you on over to the 3K NAM, and then we'll take some questions and wrap this one up. But again, a 2-day event, though. I want us to be aware of that. I'm going to go on over to, and let's go take a look at maybe a close-up shot, maybe of Missouri, because that's where the action's going to be. So here we go. We wake up with heavy rain in the morning, northern Missouri. That's the warm front. Could have some flash flooding, by the way. I should mention that. Several inches possible in some areas. And then that warm front lifts. Cold front enters the region. Thunderstorms begin, and they're going to be discrete initially, which is where they're going to have an opportunity to rotate and maybe produce tornadoes. Okay? So discrete initially tomorrow evening. Timing of this new run of the NAM. Storms will initialize late afternoon across eastern Kansas. And then they should move right on into western Missouri. They are going to extend down into northeastern Oklahoma, eventually northern Arkansas. They will maximize in intensity probably around 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. And then they will rapidly move off to the east. And we'll take a look at Indiana maybe, or Kentucky. Let's go on into Indiana, get a view there. So this is tomorrow night. And then they will they're going to hold together. And you'll have thunderstorms into western Kentucky, western Tennessee tomorrow night. But they're not likely to be severe because they're going to lose instability by that point. But they're going to continue to progress. And let's move on into the day 3 portion of this forecast, which is going to take it into the Carolinas. I think I want to look at West Virginia, which is not going to be an option here. So we move on into maybe South Carolina. Nah, it's too narrow. Although Rich Lupia probably forecasting this. He'll probably have some coverage if it becomes a deal on Monday. Rich Lupia, of course, located he's a New Yorker who's now located in South Carolina. He headed for the hills, if you will. And let's see, what do we have here? North Carolina might work. Let's see, here we go. All right, so this is Monday in the morning, line decays, and then Monday afternoon, they fire back up into portions of Virginia, North Carolina, and possibly South Carolina. Those two could be strong. Those could possibly be severe. All right, Elliot Smith on here. Elliot, how are you? I'll be getting them Monday in the Tri-Cities. So he's up here in eastern Tennessee. I don't remember all the names of the cities by. It's Kingston, right? Kingston, Tennessee. What are the other cities? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been through that territory. But yeah, that'll be coming through by noon, around midday probably for you. So they could be robust. They could be fairly strong. I think the chances are going to be a little higher to the east and into the Carolinas because they'll have more time to heat up and destabilize a little bit. Kingsport is what I'm thinking. Bristol and Johnson City. Very good, Elliot. It's a very pretty area out there from what I remember. We used to vacation I guess it's pretty close to there. Gatlinburg area, right? Yeah, Pigeon Forge. It's pretty country. All right, with that being said, let's see if we have any questions or comments. That basically takes care of what I wanted to cover. Again, watching these jet stream winds becoming more active. Fall is the secondary severe weather season. A lot of people don't realize that, but typically late October, November, pretty busy. And we're going to see that starting tomorrow and Monday, and then we'll watch as we go throughout the next few weeks, more and more of these more active jet stream winds interacting with, again, still quite a bit of moisture out of the Gulf, warm Gulf waters, and I imagine we'll see a few of these episodes here in the coming weeks, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. All right, with that being said, thanks for being here. If you don't mind, a quick thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed to this page. Probably you are. So maybe you can figure out a way to share it to your friends, and maybe they can subscribe. That would be awesome. We appreciate you guys being on. Jim Perry, let's catch up soon. Kathy Major, love you. Thanks for being on. And guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay blessed, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.